excited.
All right, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. You ready?
Come.
Well, let me get you first. Let me get you first. Let me get you first.
Get the sign in now. Make sure I get the sign.
Ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, that looks good. That looks
That's
good.
nice.
Let's tell the folks what's happening here. Let's hey.
I think you're very excited.
I'm excited.
A little
We
too
are not
excited.
at a Waterloo location today.
No, we are actually at the Joy Spence Appleton Estate Rum Experience.
In St. Elizabeth.
Right here in St. Elizabeth.
That is correct.
The heart of the country.
Yes.
And we're going to be joined by the senior blender himself, David Morrison.
Senior blender.
We're going to get a special tour.
So I blend up all rum them boy.
Yes.
Well, I'm a senior blender, so I'm
right.
help.
With the master, the master blender kind of. Yeah.
Kind of help him too.
But you know him, I do still.
He should,
Yeah,
right?
he does.
All right, so we're gonna go inside. We're gonna get signed up and go on this tour.
Yeah. And then afterwards, good friend of the show, you know, mixologist Randy Thomas. He's gonna help us to chill with some Appleton Estate cocktails.
Yes.
It's gonna be a
Because
fun
we can't
day.
come so far
And
and taste the goodness
You know,
of the Appleton
yeah,
rum
so
people.
come
So
with us.
let's go with us, guys. Come on. All right. Hey, I'm excited.
I'm so
about this.
excited.
Let me get this for you.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
Such a gentleman.
This is so nice, though.
Wow. I've been so excited.
Yes, I don't know. We need to ask if this was always like this or they had done some refurbishing or something.
Oh.
Yeah?
Well, I guess David will tell us about that.
Let's start at the
Yeah.
ticket office.
So-
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good morning.
Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Nice
Yes,
to
ma'am.
meet you.
Pleasure.
You're here for tour?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
so you do your documentation here.
Okay.
So from here, you head on over to the bar, you get your complimentary cocktail, and the tour guide gets you from there for tour.
Oh,
Thank you
nice.
so
So the
much.
bar is
The
that
bar
way?
is right over there.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
That's what you call hospitality, yes?
Enjoy.
Thank you.
You're
Enjoy.
welcome.
All right.
Do you know what drink you're gonna get?
I don't know, but I'm at Appleton.
Well.
Appleton Estate. So,
Hi.
Hey, how are you guys?
how you
Guys
doing,
good?
sir?
Yes.
Yes, I'm good.
All is well?
So far, so good.
They said the rum drinking start right here?
Yes, man. First time I'm right at the bar, you know?
I said,
So we have two drinks. We have a rum punch and a Stormy Valley. Stormy Valley is signature blend rum, ginger beer, Angostura bitters. Rum punch, top secret.
rum
Top
punch is top
secret.
secret. I'll go with it. Top secret, bro.
I think I'll try the Stormy Valley.
Okay,
There you
Stormy
go.
Valley?
Yes.
All right.
So you get the rum experience the minute you walk through the door.
Yeah.
That is
Actually,
awesome.
on the drive, you get the rum experience.
Yes, and you see all the wonderful sugar cane that's
On
coming
the
through.
right to the sides, just looking at the factories, just, I don't know, some sort of nostalgia just takes
There's
you.
so much history associated with rum in Jamaica, and particularly Appleton Estate, that I can see why this is a sought after tour. I can see why people are interested in coming here because of the deep ties that rum
Yes.
has with Jamaica.
It's kind of inherent in us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it-
we are rum people.
We are rum people.
Ooh, that was
Right.
Yes, man. So
Yes,
this is
sir.
Stormy
This is the
Valley.
Stormy
This
Valley.
is rum punch.
Yes.
all right.
All right. Watch the storm, you know. Watch the storm in the valley.
Thank you.
Rum punch. Don't worry, I'm good to go, man. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Good job.
Thank you.
Awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's awesome service going on.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, hello, welcome.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you here. My name is David Morrison. I am the senior blender here for all these Appleton Estate
Wow.
Jamaica
Pleasure to meet you, Mr.
Same
Senior
here,
Blender,
brother.
sir.
rums. And I realize you are really enjoying your
Yes.
drinks.
Way more than me.
You have some catching up to do.
I do.
You do have some catching up to do. You can't come here and don't catch up, you understand?
Yeah, you're moving a little slow. But anyway, you're going to have lots of fun today. So I'm going to be taking you on a personally guided tour.
Wow.
So we're going to be walking through, looking at the elements that make the Appleton Estate Jamaica rums as wonderful as they are.
Yes.
And by the time you're done, you all need to be rum
Well
ambassadors,
versed.
right? Rum ambassadors. No. Rum ambassadors.
Rum ambassadors.
As a matter of fact, Appleton Estate Jamaica rum ambassadors. All right?
I like
Yes,
that.
yes.
Man,
I'm
perfect.
excited.
I'm
All right.
ready.
So you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's do it. All right, Kim, let's go. Come on, sip up some more.
All right, so before we get into the actual tour itself, let's stop for a few minutes and remember, this is Joy Spence,
Yes,
the boss.
the boss.
The rum boss.
Yes.
Right, so I've been working with her since 1999,
Wow.
right? And started training to become the senior blender since 2003.
Tell me about a little bit about
Blending?
Joy and what is so special about her? And why is it that you obviously, and even the Appleton Estate family, have embraced her so much? What is it about Joyce?
Well, I mean, outside of her technical skills, because, you know, I mean, the nose knows, you know,
Yes.
right? And she has a fantastic nose. And she's also been trained over a very long period of time with Mr. Oyentello, who was the master blender before her.
Yes.
Right? So technically, she's extremely sound. But I think the thing that distinguishes her from a lot of other people is her personality.
Yes.
Larger than life, and you can't help but just loving what you do when you're around her, because she loves it too. And the passion comes through in everything that
I've had the
she
pleasure
does.
of meeting her, and she does have a wonderful
No,
personality.
man, she's amazing. She is amazing. She's amazing. So I've had the benefit and the privilege of working with her for a number of years now. So, you know, I'd like to think that, you know, as the master passes down to the student, you know, one day,
How
I
many
will
years
also
does it
have.
take for you to get that
To that level.
level where you can, you know, smell or taste or have the sense of what the rum is supposed
Well,
to
it
be?
takes a very, very long time, to be honest with you, because, like I pointed out, I've been training with her since 2003, and I'm
Yes.
still the senior blender in 2020.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, so it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of understanding the various rum types that you use,
Yes.
figuring out how they complement each other when you start putting them together. And like I said, the nose knows.
And a whole lot of
A lot
passion, I
it is-
suppose.
Oh, for sure, for
Must
sure. I
be.
mean, I
To
have the
stick
benefit
to
of
it.
talking to people like you. So, you know, the passion, of course, is incredibly important, right? It
Yeah.
has to come through in everything that you do. And this is actually one of the nice things about being a blender, right? It allows you to showcase a little bit of yourself as well. So it's
Awesome.
not just the chemistry and the technical things of putting things together. It's
Yes.
how do you put these things together to express your personality and who you are and who you are.
I think Dr. Spence herself had said that rum blending is a mixture of art and science.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I think that was the perfect way to describe it.
absolutely true.
Cheers to
Cheers
Joyce
to
Spence.
Joy.
And I have no glass, so so off we go.
Right?
This is gorgeous.
It is. Check this out,
This
Kim.
is nice.
You guys have your own Carib cinemas down here.
Definitely, this is how we roll down
This is
here.
how you
man.
roll it. Roll it deep. I like the benches. I like the
I
idea.
like the whole feel
Very,
of
very
it.
nice.
So, Mr.
Very, very
Senior
nice.
Blender, what happens in here, obviously?
So this is where we normally really kick off the tours.
Yes.
So we will show a very nice video, really, really nice put together video, and kind of walk you through a little bit about the era that you're in,
The history.
the history of the brand, the people behind the brand,
Yes.
our manufacturing process. So when you leave here, you are primed and ready for the rest of the tour.
I
Awesome.
love the cocktail
awesome. So you get an
cocktail
idea
outside.
of what you're about to go on.
Exactly,
The
exactly.
history of it and
All
what it means
done
to
to
the
great
people.
cinematic effect, as you can see.
All done with
Sound,
cinematic
sound.
precision, I can see.
There you go, there you go.
Very
This
nice.
is a major investment.
No, it is, it is, it is, it is.
And it's done right.
Yes.
And that's very important. That is
Yes.
actually very, very important. I mean, we are a world-class brand. We are Jamaican, a Jamaican world-class
Yes.
brand, and so we need to present ourselves that way.
Yes.
And I think everything you will see around you, from you stepping or come on the property, as a matter of fact, all the way
Yes.
through to when we come back to the end, you'll recognize that a lot has gone into really lifting the standard of what was here before, which was great,
Yes.
which was really good. But it's taken it up a notch now, and really, I think, made us a global player when it comes to things like this whole visitor experience.
Awesome. In other words,
Absolutely.
our visitors from first world countries will come here and recognize that we're giving them a first world experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. As well as still maintaining that look and feel that we had in the past, you know,
Yeah.
with the,
Yes.
a lot of the elements that really go into making our rum so special. I mean, look, you see all the barrels in front of you, for
Yes.
example. Fantastic. It's all literally a part and parcel of what we do.
Awesome.
So you can still touch, you can
we're
still
ready
feel.
to get this experience. Come, Kim, let's sit down here and
All
watch
right.
this film because I'm
There you
not,
go.
listen, I'm not leaving
So
any
hold
of
on
this.
there, so,
Where's
so
some
hold
fun?
on there.
Beside
What
him.
is happening here?
What's
What
going
is
on?
what is
It's
happening
okay,
here?
it's okay. We have enough space.
Oh, Lord have
We have
mercy.
enough space.
I don't even, well, you know what? I'm going over here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
you
sir.
join Kim over there. I am good. You know why? I have my rum. All right, showtime. Man, awesome.
All right, so welcome to the outside.
Yes.
All right, so we've been indoors all this time. So now we're going to start to where the real magic happens, all right? So we're
Real
going to
magic.
be, yeah, man. So we're going to be walking around the property, and I'll be taking you to certain stops along the property to kind of walk you through the process. First,
Okay.
to let you know how we make our rums.
Yes.
Which is very, very important. You have to know what's going into that glass. All right, so follow me.
Apart from sugar cane.
No, listen, I don't put any sugar cane in the glass. You know. You realize you're getting some of that nice sunlight, some nice
Yes.
heat.
Yes.
But you
That's a
realize,
nice,
it's
gentle
also
breeze.
overcast as well,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? Because you do
Beautiful
get
St. Elizabeth breeze.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
But we do get very nice rain down here.
And that's essential for growing sugar
No,
cane.
for sure. And one of the important things about the rain, though, is that we don't actually have to do anything like irrigation.
Ah.
We have so much natural rainfall over the course of the entire sugar crop,
Right.
Yeah.
the entire rum manufacturing crop, that irrigation is out of the question for us, right?
Wow.
All natural.
Right.
So it's beautiful when you think about the economics of the area as well. You know, it provides work,
Yes.
and I would like to say very meaningful work
Yes.
at that. You know, work
Guys,
everybody can enjoy.
As the picture Tete here
Oh, dear
passing
Lord.
this very iconic sign,
Yes, it
Right.
is.
it would be a shame to not.
To not jump
Do
in there and
a
take a
photo.
picture,
All
right?
right, I'll
All
watch
Alright,
you guys
it
go
says
pose.
photo up here. But shit!
All right, guys, let me take you to the first spot. First stop along our tour. So we're going to sugarcane.
Sugar cane.
Yeah. all
man,
begins.
because
Yes.
this is where the magic begins.
Yes, sir.
Everybody thinks about the rum, but the rum comes from somewhere.
That's right.
Right.
All
That's
right, so
right.
it all starts with the wonderful sugarcane that we grow here at the Appleton Estate.
Yes, that's been grown here for years, right?
Yeah, man, years upon years. And we're
Yep.
sitting in a very nutrient-rich place, you know. So guess what you find? Grass grows really, really well. And
Yeah,
sugarcane
right.
is actually nothing more than giant grass.
Yes.
Ah.
Right? It's the second largest member of the grass family. And it's got a lot of sugar in it, which is what's really important for us.
Yes.
Let's taste some of the sugar cane.
Ooh.
So this is the actual sugar cane growing here.
Feel free to take a piece.
All right, let me get a piece right there.
There you go. You know how
Thank
sweet
you.
it is? And people remiss of me to not participate as
Very
well.
sweet.
Nobody having drinks without
Very.
me, so at least get to have some sugar cane.
Is there something special about this particular area in terms of the content, the sweet content of the sugar cane?
So what's important for us is the variety of sugar canes that we use. So we use a number of different varieties. And the varieties that we choose to use here are grown here because they respond very well to this kind of an environment, right? Very high sugar content for some of the canes, and for some of the other canes, we actually want to have a very high fiber content. So when you look at the sugar cane, you realize that the sugar cane is actually made up of fiber,
Yes.
a lot
Yes.
of fiber. This fiber is actually very important for us because this fiber is actually used to run boilers that generate all the power for all of the facilities here, correct? So it's a very important part of our process. So we produce our own sugar.
Right.
We produce energy to run our
Very
facilities.
self-sufficient.
Very self-sufficient down here. So
Okay.
sugarcane is where it all begins. And the sugarcane that we use at the estate tends to give our rums a very nice, buttery, fruity kind of aroma, which you'll all get a chance to experience later
Right.
on.
With your history, do you find that the sugar cane grown in other parts of the island have a different chemical makeup? Or
So
it's
they use
pretty much
different
the same?
varieties.
Okay.
So physically, you can actually tell. I mean, some of them will have very long nodes, for example. The color of the sugarcane will actually be different. So you'll see some that are a little bit more purple, some that are a little bit more green.
Yes.
All different varieties of sugarcane.
So molasses, I've heard about molasses
Yeah, man.
quite
So-
a bit ever since I was a young man.
Yeah, man. So you're going to
Heard about
experience.
its quality and all the medicinal values of molasses.
Yeah, man. I'm
So
going to tell a little bit
molasses
about that as well.
essentially wet sugar or not?
Not
necessarily?
exactly.
What is molasses?
So molasses is one of the byproducts of your sugar manufacturing process.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
And it's actually thick, dark, syrupy liquid. It contains a lot of residual sugar though. And in
Okay.
our case, it has up to about 60% residual sugars. All right, so here
Yes,
we go.
that is molasses.
So molasses.
Dark and rich in
Yeah,
color.
man. And the guys on here think it is incredibly potent, you know, man.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful.
They get toe drink out
No,
and
man, I think you're going to want a cup. So your sugar manufacturing process is actually what creates this molasses for us. Because what we're doing during our sugar manufacturing process is extracting the sugar, and it's being done using heat,
Oh.
right? So what we're doing is we crush the sugar to get the juice. We take that juice, we boil a lot of the water off, and it really starts to become concentrated. And of course, with that heat, you start to have caramelization, which is why you have this color, and you start to, form really nice sugar crystals, which
Yes.
we take off usually through centrifuging, right? And what's left after you centrifuge that sugar, that liquid,
Is molasses.
is your
Molasses.
molasses, right? And
It's
it is
extremely
fantastic.
sweet.
It is sweet.
But a
Sweet
hint
so
of
much there's a
bitterness.
Still a bit of
Yeah.
bitterness to
Yeah.
it. Exactly. No, this is actually very important because it is this residual sugar that's left that allows us to have rum at the end of our process, because we take this molasses We dilute it using water from our own water source. It's
Right.
pristine, beautiful, crystal clear water. Fantastic. And that's used to dilute the molasses down to about 16%, what we call bricks.
Ah.
All right?
Brick pan brick.
Brick pan brick. Now, once we get to that diluted molasses, we add our very own strain of yeast.
Okay.
Right?
That's where
really,
the yeast
really
comes
important. So that's where the yeast comes in.
Yes.
Fermentation.
Very, very important, and that leads to fermentation. So fermentation is the process of converting our sugar to alcohol.
Alcohol.
Right? Now, when it's done though, kind of weak. Right? It's only about 7.5%, 8% alcohol by volume, which means
Right.
that if I walk and say, boy, you want a drink? And I come to you with my 7%
I won't feel
rum,
much.
you can probably kick me out.
Right.
Right? So we have to take it through a second step, which is distillation. So during distillation now, we actually concentrate that alcohol to come up with our final product, our rum. And we have two types of distillation that we use here. So there is column still distillation and there is
Right.
pot still distillation. Pot still distillation produces a very flavorful kind of rum. So when you
Right.
think about, for example, your Renevy White or Proof rum, you notice those nice pungent aromas when you open
Yes.
that bottle. That's reminiscent of what a pot still rum is going to smell like. So the column still rums
Column.
tend to be a lot lighter in flavor, however,
Yes.
right? And then what we do at the end is, once we produce those styles of rum, we put them into barrels for aging. And that's where the real
barrel-
transformation
yes.
starts to take place, because you get a rum initially that's very harsh to the smell, harsh to taste as well. And by the time you reduce it down to 80%, put it into the barrels and leave it over time, the rum starts to transform.
Flavors.
It becomes very mellow. A lot of
Yeah.
flavor development takes place. You start to get these nice vanilla notes, these chocolatey notes.
Wow, thank you so much for this information, because we take so many things for granted as consumers of the rum.
Which is
We
true.
just drink it and we feel good from it, but we actually don't think about the process
Yes,
that it
yes.
takes to
And
get
it
to
is-
that
and it
quality.
is a very, very involved process, because in addition to all of that, we then have to get into the blending. Because the individual marks by themselves, or styles of rum by themselves, they don't give you that really fulsome aromatic experience all by
Until you start to
themselves.
blend them.
It's when we start to blend them now. We start to marry them together now, taking some pot still rum, some column still rum, balancing out those flavors. And that's where the flavors start to shine, and you start to get that wonderful aroma.
That's
That
the
wonderful
adding
taste.
art to science at
Yeah,
that
man,
point.
and
Well, Kim, I feel like we're getting an extra special
We're
tour
gonna
today.
be brand
From,
ambassadors.
yes,
Don't you
absolutely,
hear?
because when we're
Exactly.
done here, the information that we've gleaned
Yes.
will be, awesome. So thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man, no problem. Did I tell you about the test we have afterwards?
Have a test?
Yeah, man.
Me can't feel.
I joke, man. No worry. Canteen / dining area.
Yes.
And most importantly,
The bar. The layout is nice.
yeah, man.
canteen
So,
you
so
have
get.
here.
Oh, yeah, man. It's really nice, don't it? Well laid out. You realize a lot of the furniture.
That's not a stranger right there. Kim.
Please have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Thank you.
How was the tour?
It was great.
So it was awesome.
So guess what now? So we've spoken a little bit about how the rum is made. We've spoken a little bit about the provenance of the place, the history of the place. I'm sure you have very high expectations at this
Yes,
point in time.
Absolutely.
Right. So rum is an incredibly versatile spirit. All right. Incredibly mixable, and it's so nicely balanced that you have some expressions that you can actually enjoy all by themselves. Right. And I like to get people to understand that. Look, it's not something you need to overthink when you want to enjoy your rum. Right? If you have something that you like, a flavor that you like, I guarantee there's a simple way to put it into that rum to come up with a really nice balanced cocktail, right?
Okay.
So Randy is going to walk us now through some cocktails that you can try at home.
Okay.
Right? Using pretty much everyday ingredients.
Yes.
Things you may be a little bit surprised about, and walk you through some certain techniques you can use as a bartender, when you want to build yourself up, and feel like you know what you're doing.
I like that build yourself up.
But some easy drinks to make. So first one I'm going to do is I call it the Jamaican Paloma. It's a twist on a classic. It's a Paloma, but it consists of tequila, grapefruit juice, lime juice, simple syrup. But we are the rum people, so I'm going to use rum. And the other one now, like most persons have, we know it in Jamaica as fever grass, but most people know it worldwide as lemongrass. Right. So I'm going to use that in one of the cocktails. So I'm going to make a lemongrass daiquiri.
Okay.
Nice.
Very nice, just
Right.
so. First one I'm going to start with.
Is the Jamaica Paloma.
Right. So I'm just going to flame it.
Right. And what is that you're flaming?
Cinnamon stick.
So flaming some cinnamon sticks.
So it gives the drink a really nice smoky cinnamon kind of feel to it without actually having to put cinnamon in the drink.
See, that's what you experts have. You have all the ingredients.
That's some lime juice. Get
So we added some
ginger.
lime juice there.
Now I'm gonna add some ginger.
Ginger.
Just 2 pieces of ginger.
All right.
That's an essential in any Jamaican home.
Of course.
We always have
Yeah,
ginger.
we have ginger, we have
Always.
lime juice.
And this
Yes.
is freshly squeezed grapefruit juice.
Okay.
Grapefruit juice. Okay.
And how much of that are you adding?
1 ounce.
Okay.
1 ounce. Okay, great.
So simple syrup is just granulated sugar and water.
Okay.
Very simple. 1 ounce. Time for the rum.
Yes.
So I'm going to use a reserve blend.
All right. All right.
So a reserve blend is on average about 6 years.
6 years.
Oldest rum in it is actually 12 years old, oldest rum.
Okay.
So it has a very amazing, nice, spicy,
Yes.
almost like baked spices kind of aroma to it. Really, really nice, really, really smooth. It's actually one of those things you can actually taste it by itself, but it makes fantastic mix.
And on top of all of that flavor, he just crushed out all of
Yeah,
that.
man. So he muddled the ginger to extract some of those nice essential oils from the ginger. So yeah, man.
So time to shake.
So you know it's going to be popping.
Shaking time.
I get all, you know.
We have the Rum Festival that's coming up, and Appleton
Yes,
Estate is the
yes.
presenting sponsor.
Yes.
What can patrons expect at this year's staging?
So patrons can expect to take it up a notch from last year's Rum Festival, right? So we actually have a lot more education in store for them. You know, we heard some of the comments last year about, you know, being able to come to the seminars, and
Yes.
we saw how tight it was getting into the seminars. So we've actually fixed that this year. So a lot more education will be there. There'll be a lot more brands represented as well. So they can expect to come and really learn all there is to learn about Jamaican rum. And it's very important to realize this is our Jamaican Rum Festival.
Yes,
right?
and of course that's on February 29th and March 1st.
Cinnamon's
And you can check us out on social media if you want to win tickets to the
Yes.
festival.
Because I suspect some people are going to be at the rum festival.
And this is the pink
Definitely.
grapefruit, guys.
That's gorgeous.
Awesome. That is awesome.
Put this one in it. And then I'll give you this one.
Awesome. So what is this called again, sir?
The Jamaican Paloma.
Great job, sir. All right.
I have
so
one more, I have
usual.
one more.
What's the next one you're doing?
So the next one now is a lemongrass daiquiri.
All right.
So this is my lemongrass infused.
And what
infused
have you
simple
done with
syrup.
the lemongrass?
So basically, as I said, the simple syrup earlier on. So what I did, I just put some lemongrass in it, break it up, put it in it, and it
in the simple
infused.
syrup.
Right.
Awesome.
So the breaking of the lemongrass actually helps because as you break the actual grass itself, you start to get the oils
The
again.
aroma and the oils and
Correct,
so on.
correct.
Right. Lime juice.
Yes.
I'm going to use ½ ounce. And reserve again. 2 ounces.
The visitors that come here for this experience, this is where, I guess, after you've gained all that knowledge and
Yes,
curiosity
yeah, man.
about the rum,
Yes.
this is where you come to.
No, absolutely.
The
This is
rubber
where,
meets
so
the
this is
road.
where the test is done.
Put it to the test.
So we walk them to the classroom,
Yes.
and then they come here for the final test.
I like this classroom.
You like this class, but also you can get meals here, which is
Absolutely,
right.
absolutely. Because of course you have to eat.
Yes.
I mean, you do want to keep maintaining a full stomach as well. This is not for the faint of heart.
And you're served some great meals. I see, of course, you can get some steamed fish here. You can also get some
Yeah, man.
chicken.
So you can actually get things that are very Jamaican-esque.
Authentic.
Let's put it that way,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there's a very nice smoke pit outside there where you actually can jerk
Nice.
right on property.
Nice.
So it's fantastic.
So tourists
Garnishing.
get a full Jamaican experience.
Full on Jamaican experience, not just the spirit, but also
Also
the
the
food.
food. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, sir. You're done?
Yes, yes. yes.
Wow, you're done. Wow. So
That
this
is
quick.
gorgeous.
And this is called
This is
The
called the lemongrass.
lemongrass
daiquiri.
Daiquiri.
lemongrass daiquiri.
And what's really, really nice is you realize you're using typical ingredients you can't find anywhere.
Jamaican
Yes.
ingredients.
Jamaican ingredients.
You can grow them in your backyard.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I'll try this one.
That's what he has there for his garnish. Mint.
So that's
Yes.
You're pretty that
Yes.
Of mint. Thanks again, my brother.
It's a pleasure. It's a
Always a
pleasure.
pleasure
Always.
linking up with you. We are certainly rum people.
Yes.
And, you know, I think a lot of schools need this tour. I think it's important for students studying history to get this tour.
True.
As a history student and somebody who appreciates history, I think not enough Jamaicans understand the importance of rum, sugarcane, how all of this ties into our basic economy in the country,
Absolutely true.
and how it really is a part of who we are, the fabric
very
of
true.
our people. You
Which
know?
is very
Yeah.
true.
Well, so
Thank you
we're
very
going to
much.
all enjoy our drinks here, and of course have a reason with the bar tough. Can't even do a great job. But we just want to say that it's been awesome,
Yeah.
this tour. I want to thank you very much and the entire team.
Thank you. We had a great
Continue
time.
continue to showcase the best of Jamaica.
And it really is a pleasure.
Yes, yes.
It really is a
Yeah.
pleasure. It's been fantastic having you guys. I mean,
Awesome.
For good guests.
the doors are always open.
I'm sure, especially if we're paying for it.
And especially if you're buying things at the next stop, for
Yeah.
sure.
So we're going to the gift shop after this.
Yes.
There you go.
Awesome. This is the gift shop, I see.
Yes, so this is the retail store. Let's take a look at some of the special things that we have on offer, only to be found here at the Appleton Estate.
Right.
Okay.
So we recently came out with a brand new limited edition rum, right? The Appleton Estate 23-year-old Jamaica rum, which is what sits standing here right in front of you.
23-year-old.
23 years old, right?
Wow.
Minimum of 23 years. Youngest rum in this blend is 23 years old,
Right.
right? Which is limited edition, like I pointed out, 476 bottles produced, and that's it.
476.
476 bottles.
Wow.
So this is the collector's item.
Absolutely.
One of those that Miss Joyce Spence would have been
Yeah, man.
involved in.
She
getting.
specially selected all the rums that went into this blend. As a
So one of the
company.
questions I often hear and think about too is, when you see the numbers 23 years old, is it actually sitting there resting for 23 years?
Yes. So what that number means by law in Jamaica, by the definition of rum in Jamaica, is
Yes.
that
The
the
youngest
youngest
rum.
rum in that bottle is guaranteed to be 23 years old. When you start to compare the different types of spirits, I mean, this is going to cost you $495 US, right?
Yes.
And you compare this to a 23-year-old Scotch, for example, or some of those other brands, you're getting absolute wonderful value for your money,
Absolute value.
Yeah.
right? Because the quality of what's in the bottle
Yes,
and for the price you're getting it for, it's fantastic.
fantastic.
Right. And this is only available right here
And
on
it's
property.
only available here on property.
So this has just been an awesome tour. I'm sure all the entire team are excited to work here on a daily basis.
Oh, for sure.
I see the amount of buses and tourists that come through here.
Yes, yes.
And it clearly says that this is it's a part of the Jamaican fabric, a history of Jamaica's past that people want to know about.
Yes. No, you're absolutely true. I mean, let's face facts. The Appleton Estate has been around since 1655.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blending rum since 1749,
Yeah.
manufacturing rum since 1749. So there's a lot of history, a lot of provenance on this site, in this very region. So it is something that we should be proud of. And we should show it off to the world.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It's great to get a tour from the senior blender himself as
if you
well.
haven't been, what are you waiting for? You need to come to the rum experience.
It's real history.
It is.
It is our past and our present
Correct.
and our
the
future,
Very true.
all blended
I think it's something
in
that
one visit.
we love to call edutainment.
Yeah.
You will definitely enjoy the tour, but you'll have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Be sure to follow us on social media for all the behind the scenes. At MegaMart Jamaica on Facebook and Instagram. And be sure to follow Appleton Estate
Please.
at DJSAERE. Sorry.
Yeah, a little bit too much. But that's expected,
That's why
right?
we always say drink responsibly.
Yeah, drink responsibly, please. Thank you so very, very much.
Pleasure is on.
We had a
Pleasure is on.
pleasure coming here.
Pleasure is on.
Absolutely. Kim, where's it?
Looking forward to your next visit.
Looking forward to the next visit.
Yeah.
And I'll walk in my wallet this time.
Make sure.
Sorry about it. Sorry about it. Here, Kim. Sorry.
I know you have your card. I know you have